Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be creating gender reveal centerpieces. Now let's go ahead and start. The images, I bought them on Etsy from Divine Digital Diva. The best thing is about buying the image from, same seller is her designs, her clip arts are very, very simple to use and they are great quality. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start. So I already had bought the clip art. I uploaded it to my Silhuette Studio. So what I like to do first is set up my mat, set up the canvas, and set up my printer before I start. So as you can see, I have a 12 by 12, the mat, and then I have the 8.5 by 11. But I need to adjust my mat and my paper because my images will be 15 inches tall. So what I do first is go on File, click on Print Page Setup, and here you're going to choose the printer you'll be using for your paper size. So it all depends what size you are using. That's where you go ahead and set up your printer. So I'm going to choose my HP 7740, which is it says it right here, wide format, and tabloid, which is the 11 by 17. Scale remains the same, orientation remains the same, and we're going to click on OK. That's for the printer. Now, go on your right-hand side, click on this first box, which is the page setup. We're going to go ahead, go to the first one, which is automatic. It's a Cameo. And then the second one, I need to change it to a 12 by 24 mat. Why? Because my image is 15 inches tall and it will not fit on a 12 by 12. Media size, custom, I customize it. Why? Because my paper will be 11 by 17. We'll just go ahead and adjust it here, click enter. Everything else remains the same. Rotate remains the same. Show print border and show cut border. I'm going to show you the difference. The cut border is the one in red. You need that because it's a print and cut. Print border, you also need that because it's a print and cut. Print bleed, I do not click on print bleed. Next, we're going to go to the third box on page setup, which is the registration marks. You need your registration marks in order for your machine to recognize what it'll be cutting. We're going to change it to on. These are your registration marks. This will print on your print and cut image. It will print on your cardstock because the machine will read these registration marks because it'll know what's in here for it to cut properly. Length, thickness, the other remains the same. We don't need that, okay? That remains the same. You can X out of it. We're done with that. Next, we're going to bring in our image. I'm going to go to library. I already have, like I said, my images uploaded. If your images are not uploaded to Silhouette Studio, what you do is go on your computer. I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to go to Finder. There's several options for you to bring in your image. And you go to your downloads and you can look for your image. Now, what I'm going to do is, it should be here. If I can find it, right? My computer is super, super slow. Okay. I'm going to search, let's say, I don't know if I had it, lashes. No. I think I had it, mustache. I don't know how I had it. Let's go to my Finder. Let's go back to design. I'm going to go back to my Finder. And I'm going to go to my downloads. And I'm going to get my Silhouette Studio right here. Clip arts. It should be here. These are projects I already worked on. They're right here. So since I already worked on it, let's say you haven't worked on it. You found it on your downloads. Just bring it in, drag it in. and then we can X out of it. See, this is already worked on. So what I'm going to do is, let's say, okay, I'm gonna leave this just like this, and I'm going to delete that. Okay, let's say you bring in your image like this. We're gonna go ahead to the trace panel, select trace area, highlight your entire image. And why? Because sometimes when you upload images either from a seller on Etsy or any other website you bought it from, if it does not have a transparent background or Google, sometimes it comes with a box. So in order for us to release that image from that box, these are the steps to take. Now you select your image, leave it on solid fill. The threshold, you bump it up to 100, and then you trace and detach. Now let's wait for the machine to do the trace and detach. Now grab your image, slide it to any corner, and then you highlight and you delete that. Okay, we bring it back onto the canvas. Now, I'm not going to size it yet. I'm going to explain. The hair, I like to add a white outline because of the hair. My machine will go crazy cutting all these strands of hair. So what I'm going to do is go to your right hand side, and it's a star, which is the offset panel. You have to click on the image, click on offset, and then the offset distance, I like to put it down to 110. And then I leave the corners round, and then I click apply. Okay, once you do that, I highlight entire image, go to object, and go to group. Okay, once it's grouped, you can move it all around. If it's not grouped, your image will come out of the shadow. Now, when you do that, your machine will not cut in here. Okay, so you have several options. Either leave it like that, cut by hand, or let's go back, click the image, ungroup. You see, this is your shadow. Bring it back in here. Let's go to the trace panel again, select trace area, highlight that little piece that you want it to be cut out, right? And then leave it the same, solid fill, bump it up to 100, and we do a trace. Once you do a trace, you release, you move it to the side, not release. Highlight this little piece, go to object, release compound path, which you're going to release all those little objects right in there, okay? I'm going to put this right here so you guys can see. And then what you do is just delete what you're not using. We don't need that one. We only need this little piece right here, which is the inside of the necklace. Highlight, delete, and you can bring her back in here if you want, or leave it in the gray area, whichever you prefer. And let's accommodate that right there, right? And then we're going to go ahead and highlight entire image, which you notice you highlight both images. How? You see the box around the image, and then you see this little gray little tiny box right around that center. So that means you highlighted both images. Once you do that, you go to object and you click on make compound path. Okay, making compound path will tell the machine that it needs to cut right there in the middle. Now let's bring this back. Wait, not that. I'm sorry, guys. Go to select trace area, highlight entire image, bump it up to 100, trace outer edge. Okay, once you do that, wait, when you do trace outer edge, you're not doing the outline. Okay. Let's go back. I'm sorry, guys. Let's go to the offset again. highlight the image, do the offset. Even though I have it here on my left hand side, I'm going to do it again and click apply. Okay. You have to do it again in order for it to recognize that you released and then you added that compound path for it to cut in between the necklace. If you put this one back on, it will not recognize that part. So this we don't need. Okay, so once you do that, we highlight entire image, object, and group. Once you group it, then we click on the image, lock. In the height, we're going to type in 15, enter. Doing that, the system will select the best size, the width for this image. So we place the image there. Avoid touching the red, the gray lines, because if you do this, it will not cut, it will not print, it will become an error. You do this, it will not cut or print, of course, so you have to maintain it right here in the middle. Now, what you're going to do, you take these same steps, and you go ahead and apply it to the little baby, for the baby boy, but luckily, you don't have to cut anything in between for him, like we did for the baby girl. Once you're done, we're going to go ahead and click on send. Once you're here, you'll see that whatever is in red, that's the outline. That's what the machine will be cutting. Let's say when you click on send, you find it this way. Be careful. Why I say be careful? Because whatever is in red, that's what the machine will be cutting. So guess what? Your machine will cut the outer, the inner. It'll cut one, it'll cut two, it'll be a whole mess, okay? So to avoid that, look at your image, click on line until you find that you only have what you want the machine to be cutting. Once you do that, go on here to the printer, click on that, and then you select your printer from your drop-down box. I already have my presets done. So whatever, you have to go to your printer, you can set it up. If you cut a lot of 15 inches, 10 inches, 9 inches, you set it up. So what I do is go on to print quality, and you change your paper type, put it to best, whatever tray you're printing from, and then you copies. You click on print. Once you print, you take your 12 by 24 mat, you stick it onto your mat, you load it to your machine, and you press send. Once it cuts, once you finalize that, you go ahead, go press on design, go back, click on your image, go to object, go to mirror, flip horizontally. Why? Because this is a double-sided centerpieces. So front and back, you have to mirror your image. Once you do that, you follow previous steps to print and then cut your image. Once you do that, like I said, go back, take your baby boy, follow the same steps. I want to design a banner for the front of the boxes. My boxes are 4.4 by 5, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to, right here, we are right here, and we can delete this part, right? We're going to go ahead, go to library, and I'm going to type in banner. Okay, and I want to use this banner. Banner number 2, double click. We'll resize it later. Okay, wait. I want my banners to be white and pink, and then the other one white and blue. So if you see this, this is transparent. If you set this to cut, it'll cut double, okay? And it'll have nothing in between. It's just in blank. It'll cut nothing. It'll cut just the edge. So let's go ahead and fix this. What I like to do, click on the image, click on object, ungroup. Let me duplicate this image. Click on the image, replicate, duplicate right. Just in case I mess up, I don't want to go back to the library. Okay. And let's go ahead, go to your paint panel. Either you can go on your bar, upper bar right here, left-hand corner, or you can go here, whichever you prefer. And I'm going to change this to white. You see right here? It's white. I'm going to put it here so you guys can see it. And I'm going to do this one. I'm going to start with the pink. And this one, wait, this one not white. This is pink. I'm just going to play with it. That's what I need. Okay, we got that one, right? And then we're going to go ahead and take this one. Once you ungroup the image, you will see that you can go ahead and release all these right here. Take all these out. And then click on that banner. Go to your left-hand side for the paint panel. And right here, I'm going to make it white. And then go to the next little box, which is the red outline. And I'm going to change it to white. I don't need this. And we're going to go ahead and delete that one. Take your upper banner and we're going to bring it to the front, which I just clicked on here to bring it to the front. And then we're going to go ahead. Let me duplicate this because I need a blue one as well. Click on the image, replicate, duplicate right, and then I'll do another white one. Okay, we're going to do this one. Okay, and then we're going to bring in this one. And this one, I'm going to change it to blue. I'm going to bring it to the front and change it to blue. Go to your paint panel and we're going to change it to a light blue. And then the red outline, change it to blue as well. We're going to go ahead and highlight both images. Go to Object and Group. And we're going to do the same with the pink one, Object and Group. Now we're going to go ahead to the text panel, which is on your left-hand side. And I'm going to type in, it's a boy. It's a boy. And then, what? Go to your paint panel, and I'm going to change that to blue. And then to the grid panel, let's just change it to blue as well. And you're just going to play with it. I just chose a simple font, which I will change later on just to show you guys. You can stretch it out right here. Stretch it out. And then once you do that, highlight entire image, go to Object, and you group it. Now go to the pink one, click on the text again, and we're going to type in, it's a girl. Now I need 4 of them, so I'm going to highlight both images, go to Object, Replicate, and duplicate right, bring it to the bottom. What I do is, since I'm using an 11 by 17 cardstock, what I do is fill up the page, and then I'll save it because these are my #1 sellers now. So you can do that if you have a lot of orders or you're making a lot of them. Just put, cover all your, fill in all your cardstock. Once you do that, follow same instructions. We're going to go ahead and to the trace panel, select trace area. I'm not going to add the white border around my banners, my little tags. Just select trace area, leave it solid fill, bump it up the threshold to 100. Once you do that you trace all of your images, you're going to go ahead and click on send. If this happens, when you click on simple, you just need one outline. You notice here that you have several red outlines. That means the machine will cut whatever's in red. The letters, all around the banners, like maybe 3 times right here, twice. So what you do is, let's just go ahead and play with it a little bit. Go to line, fill. Let's go to the layers panel. When you click on the layers panel, let's go ahead and start unclicking. Let's start with the first layer. Okay, once you do the first layer, this is what you want, just the outer part of the banner to cut. Once you do that, we're going to go ahead and follow the same steps to print and cut. Once you do that, I'll see you guys back at the table so we can start assembling. Okay, we're back at the table. Let's go ahead and start. We have the cutouts, which are double-sided. We have the two boxes. They're pretty sturdy boxes. We have some popsicle sticks. We have the rest of the cutouts. We have the bling, which is in blue, and the pink. We have some floral foam, a dowel rod, 12-inch dowel rod, which measures 3/4 diameter. We have a cutter, well, it's a clipper for the dowel rod. And I have the pearls and the bows. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and set up the box. Just go ahead and cut the end of the box or just pull it out, whichever you prefer. You can save this. And I'm just gonna make one. Then grab your floral foam. You can just cut it in half, whatever size you have. Once you cut the floral foam, set it aside. Grab your drill, which has to be the same bit as your dowel rod, same diameter as your dowel rod. We're going to go ahead and flip the box, and we're going to drill a hole right in the middle. You can use a ruler or just go ahead and locate the middle. Okay, we got that done. And then push it through. It'll be just like this. Now we grab this one. We're just going to go ahead and cut it in half. Okay, we're going to go ahead and grab the bling, and you can leave as whatever size rolls you prefer. I prefer 3. Why? Because we're going to place the tag right in the middle. So what I'm going to do is start gluing on the side. Okay, once you do that, grab your glue dots and place 3 of them on each tag. And then we're going to go ahead and place it just in the front and the back of the box. Let's go ahead and set that box aside. Let's grab the second box. Okay, right there. I'll make the hole in a minute. And then let's set that aside and let's grab one of our pieces. And what I like to do is add some popsicle sticks so it can be sturdy. Okay, let's go ahead and continue to add that. Then I'll grab my stick. I'm not going to place the stick as of yet. Why? Because I want to finish the box. Grab the floral foam and we're going to place it this way. Okay, I'm going to add glue all around, avoiding the center. You see I made a little hole right there. It's where my hole is. So let's go ahead and add a generous amount of glue on the sides so we can place it right here on the box, in the box. Let's see if you guys can see it. Since my centerpieces will be shipped, what I like to do is just test and make the pre-hole on the floral foam. That way I'll know if it's steady enough. And it is. Okay. Okay, let's grab the second one so we can drill that hole as well. Okay, while that dries, let's get our buddy ready. Now, you just want to measure how tall you want the baby to be on the base. So I like to cover this completely. I don't like the dowel rod to be noticed, at least on this centerpiece. So I'm just gonna leave like maybe ½ an inch for that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add glue all the way down. And I'm just going to leave a piece of it, just like this. Okay, just like this. And I'm going to add another, maybe half of this, so it won't be flimsy on that part. Let that dry. While that dries, I want to cover this part because I don't like the way it looks like that, like opened. So let me grab, we can grab a piece of cardstock or a piece of felt. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I have 2 pieces of cardstocks for each one of them. Okay, now this is better. It's sturdier. Okay, so let's place the second image on top and we're gonna seal the sides. What I like to do first is measure the top. It's a good to go. Flip it, add glue on the popsicle sticks and your sides. Okay, that's a good to go. We are done with that one. Let me just go ahead and try it on here. Okay, perfect. See, it goes all the way down. You won't even see the dowel rod. Okay, let's take it out so we can work on the bottom. Okay, grab your cardstock. We're going to go ahead and add glue right here on the just add the glue all around. And press down. Let that set. Okay, once you do that, you're gonna go ahead and grab your X-Acto knife and go all around. I just make slits on the ends so it's easier for me to cut. Okay, there you go. And we're gonna go ahead and place the cutout right on top. And there you go. And then let me go ahead and show you guys what I do with this one. So I'm going to add the bling now, the pearls now, then I'll add the bows. So let me grab a roll. It has adhesive, but I like to apply a little bit of hot glue to be on the safe side. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of hot glue here. And place them on top. I'm going to do that with both sides. Okay, once you do that, we're going to go ahead and add our popsicle sticks right in the back. I added bigger popsicles as well, longer on this one because of the beads and because it will be heavy. Okay, let's grab our stick and place it right here. See if we need to add a little bit of more glue on this one. Okay, now I'm going to, same technique, add the backing, and then I'm going to add the bowls on each side. Okay, there's our piece. Now, I was thinking I'm going to add, I don't know, some tulle or little skirt here. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go get my, see what I have around some lace for that, for the skirt. Just gonna add the bows right here. I'm going to finish this part and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my lace for the skirt. Okay, we have that. Let's go ahead and grab our skirt. What? I think this was... Okay. Maybe some lace. I'll try on this lace. See how it looks. Grab this one. This one is fluffier. Let's see how this looks. This one will be great. Okay. I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 rows of this lace. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to finish both the other side and we are good to go. Okay, we have that ready. Let's go ahead and place it right here on the base. And she is ready. I will post a picture right at the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. And as usual, happy crafting.